Okay, so I want to work with cross puzzles today. Cross puzzles, pretty simple thing. Cross puzzles are these little puzzles where we have a number for F and a number for G. These are just numbers. And whatever F times G is goes up here, and whatever F plus G is goes down here. Okay? So, for example, if I said 5 and 2, well, that would mean this would be 10 and this would be 7. Okay? So that's what we're looking at. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 plus 2 is 7. We're going to look at solving some of these. All right, so we just did this one, 5 and 2. So what I want to do is I want to find these numbers F and G so that these cross puzzles will work. Okay? All right, so what we're thinking about is we're thinking about what will multiply together to give you 36 and what will add together to give you 13. So we want factors of 36, things that will multiply to give you 36. 10 and nope, 10 to 12 and 3. You got some different things there, but you want to get 13, right? So you want to look for numbers that will multiply together to give you 36 and add together to give you 13. And so 9 and 4. Let's look at this next one. I want to multiply to get negative 3, but add together to get 2. So the only thing that multiplies to give you 3 is 3 and 1. But I want negative 3. So one of those needs to be negative, and I want 2. So since I want a positive 2, my 1 has to be negative, because 3 times negative 1 is negative 3, and 3 plus negative 1 is 2. So you're trying to figure this out so that you can solve them and then use a calculator to check your answers. So let's look at the next one here. Multiply together to give you negative 24, add together to give you 10. So 12 and 2 will give you 24. But you need negative. But then you also need a positive 10, so that means this 2 would have to be negative. Because 12 plus negative 2 is 10. And 12 times negative 2 is negative 24. Okay, let's look at this next one. Multiples of negative 20 add together to give you negative 1. So what are some factors of negative 20 that will add together to give you negative 1? Well, 5 and 4 will give you 20. And if the 5 is negative, then it would give you negative 20. And if you add them together, it will give you negative 1. All right, let's look at our last one. Negative 8 and negative 2. So you want factors of negative 8, right? You want stuff that will multiply to give you negative 8, that will add together to give you negative 2. So I'm thinking of 4 and 2. But to get negative 8, you'd want this negative to be on the 4 because you want to get negative 2 when you add them together. And you can always check your answers, but this is how cross puzzles work. And really they'll help you along the way when you start factoring trinomials, okay? It's very, very easy. All right, practice them, see how it goes.